After losing 2 games in a row, the Bourne Braves bounced back and winning both in a doubleheader against the Yarmouth-Dennett Red Sox. And we have Zac Susi, the catcher and designated hitter for today. Zach, you were really seeing the ball pretty well today at the plate. It was pretty evident of that. Let's talk about the first game for a little bit. You get in a big RBI spot and you do your job. What were you looking for at that at-bat?
Yeah, I was just trying to help the team out. I mean, we need some runs there, get a little cushion, separation would have been really nice down the end, and was just trying to hit a ball hard, and he left the curveball up, and I just did my job, put the barrel on it, and luckily it found its way into the outfield and got a little extra cushion for us down the end, which really helps our pitching staff out.
Zach, you've had a couple really good at-bats this summer, and sometimes those stats really don't reflect how well you've been barreling up balls. Has that been the case for you personally? It's, at least for us, it seems like you've hit some balls really hard, and really in these last few games you've started to get a little more credit as far as the scorebook is concerned.
Yeah, you don't really try to think about your average too much. I don't really think about stats too often. I just want to make sure I'm taking good swings and hitting balls hard. That's probably the majority of where my concern goes to. If I'm hitting balls hard, I'm getting out, I'll live with that. That's something I definitely will live with, and I just want to take the best swings possible, and then in situations like you said with guys on base, I just want to do my job and help the team win games. So if the results are helping my stats out, that's great. But if I'm hitting balls hard, squaring things up, that's the best possible outcome. So.
Now, as a catcher, you generally get more days off than other position players, but this summer it's kind of been an every other day thing or every third day thing with you and Lyle and Kevin. Has that been an adjustment?
Yeah, it's definitely been a bit of an adjustment. I was playing basically every single day at UConn, which I wasn't used to many days off, but it is nice to get a day off every once in a while, keep the legs fresh, but it definitely is an adjustment when you're not seeing live pitching every day, because the arms up here are unbelievable. So, you got guys throwing in the mid to upper 90s with great off speed. It's tough to take a day off from that, but like I said, try to get in there when I'm called upon and just do my job and help out the pitching staff when I'm behind the plate, and then help out the offense when I'm hitting. So I just try to do my job as much as possible.
Well, you hit a home run in Chatham the other day when we were out there, and then you hit a double today. Is there something in your breakfast that you've been eating to add to this extra power?
Actually, I've really changed up my stance a little bit. Getting my good rhythm, good timing down. I added a leg kick to it, which is really helping my timing and helping get more of my body into the ball and hitting with my whole body, not just my arms, swinging all arms, and it's really shown. It's worked. I mean, it's a work in progress. It definitely needs a lot more work, which is why we're out here for the 3 months we're out here. But definitely a day-to-day work in progress, but it's been great so far. I'm having a great time so far, and it's really all you can ask for.
Well, so far so good, and the work has really paid off for you.
Yeah. Real quick, Zach, I want to ask you, defensively, one of the most unique things about playing on the Cape is you get to work with a lot of pitchers that you have never seen before. Maybe you've faced them a few times, but as far as working with them as a catcher-pitcher relationship, it's brand new. Can you talk a little bit about what that's like and how you've been able to build these relationships these first few weeks?
Yeah, it's definitely a little difficult. When you go back to school and you see a lot of familiar faces, especially me being my second time around sophomore year this year, you see a lot of familiar faces. You're used to what guys throw. You like to what they, what they like and what counts, and like how they like to attack hitters, and it is difficult with the new pitchers, but it's also a very cool thing to do. You get to see a lot of great new arms, and you see a lot of guys that I faced before, like Chris Holba from East Carolina. You see guys like that, and Chad I saw way back when I was a junior in high school. I caught him, so you see those guys, but it's great to work with them, see how a lot of guys have progressed over the years, and see guys like Feldner, who's just throwing great for us, and it's just awesome to catch guys like that. It seems like every time he comes in here, he's getting 4 or 5 strikeouts, throwing 97 miles an hour. So you can't really compare to that. But it's a great opportunity. Like I said, it's the best summer baseball up here, and it's great to catch the arms we have. A lot of the guys are just unbelievable.
Well, great job today, Zach, and the fellow Braves will take on the Red Sox tomorrow as well, this time in Yarmouth-Dennett. Are you going to try the donut burger that's been so praised up there?
I've heard about it, and I think I just might have to. I mean, if they're going to talk it up that much, we'll see what it brings to the table.
Well, we just might have to do that on Tomahawk too, as Justin and I haven't had one yet. Kyle's a little familiar with them, but we'll see how we go. But anyways, the Braves go up to Yarmouth-Dennett to face the Red Sox once again. Zach, thanks for joining us, man.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Zach.
Well, Well, you heard from Zac Susi earlier, and he and Spencer Brickhouse have really brought the power to the Bourne Braves this summer, and especially in today's doubleheader against Yarmouth Dennis. Blaine McCormick, Kyle Kirchville, and Justin Galanti in for Tomahawk Talk. Kyle, I'll start with you. How good is this Braves power hitting lineup right now? Because we really saw them rebound from a 2-game losing streak into a 2-game winning streak after today.
Yeah, the power really was timely, and that's the most important thing with power. We saw power against Chatham the other night, and well, 2 solo home runs doesn't mean so much in a 5-run ball game, but tonight the Braves were able to come through with a few clutch hits, and some of them utilizing the extra base variety. For example, Spencer Brickhouse, who came through the bases clearing double in Game 2, and really when he's swinging the bat hot, then he's a dangerous guy to face in this Braves lineup. There's a lot of guys that you don't really want to face if you're an opposing pitcher, but if Brickhouse is rolling, there's a lot of power behind that bat, really dangerous.
So Justin, let's go through that 3 RBI double that Spencer Brickhouse had in the second game. In that situation when there's 2 outs, bases loaded, and you're Spence, what are you looking for as a hitter?
Well, in that spot, you need to put the ball in play because obviously the strikeout doesn't help you at all. And that's what Brickhouse did. He worked a really good at-bat, fouled off some pitches, line one down the left field line. It always helps when the left fielder takes a question mark route to the ball and lets it go past him. But nonetheless, Brickhouse worked a really good at-bat, put the ball in play, hit it hard, and had the biggest hit of the game for his team.
And it seemed as though that the Bourne bullpen really came back in this series, but despite the 2 games previously that they didn't really perform up to their expectations. Who did you like the most out of the bullpen today?
Well, I think Ryan Feltner was excellent, as we've seen him all this season. I thought Ray Gaither was good as well in his first appearance as a Brave, but I think you really, if you're looking at pitching, you've got to credit the Braves starters tonight, and Brian Streichhorn and Zach Moore, who both put together outstanding outings. Both of them combined, 1 walk, and that just is a huge improvement for this Braves pitching staff, starter-wise specifically, that has really hindered them these last few games. Giving guys free passes has been a big issue, and when you don't walk guys and your starting pitching performs well, it's easier to come in out of the pen because you're in a good spot and you're protecting the lead. So not so much of an opportunity for the bullpen tonight, and really just overall an excellent outing from these Braves arms.
And we saw a couple of newbies out on the field today in the second game, especially in Andy Atwood and Tyler Fitzgerald. Andy Atwood from Oregon State and then Fitzgerald from the University of Louisville. Both of these schools are powerhouse baseball schools, both making an appearance in the College World Series this year. What did you see from both of them?
But whenever you see that school name, Oregon State or Louisville, next to a guy, you have big expectations. And Fitzgerald was really solid up the middle defensively. Atwood played a good center field. Didn't see too much with the bat from either of them tonight, but that can be expected. You're just getting up here. Things can be a little bit difficult. Some really tough arms up here, but you look forward to seeing both of them inserted into the lineup. And a couple new Braves coming in tomorrow. There was a new guy, Ray Gaither, on the mound that Kyle talked about. So things are starting to get fun around here. I mean, I know they just lost 4 of 5, and we were all negative last night. Now you get a sweep, and we're all smiles tonight. But things are looking good in Bourneville town, whatever.
Well, things are looking good. Let's talk about the players who were really looking good today in our Players of the Game segment. Mine goes to Spencer Brickhouse. We talked about this already. He had the 3 RBI bases clearing 3 RBI double that he had, and just a power hitter. And then in the next at-bat that he had, a triple out of nowhere. And he just has performed very good lately. We had him on Tomahawk Talk earlier in the year. We're bound to have him again because of the performance that he's been having lately. So Spence, you get my pick.
I'm going to give mine to Brian Eichhorn because really the biggest thing for him was to be able to come out and put together a good outing where he threw strikes. When you get Brian Eichhorn on the mound, he's going to throw strikes, and the question was, are these YD hitters going to take advantage? They had a lot of first pitch swings. They had some really good contact, but I thought Eichhorn was outstanding in limiting damage, only allowed 1 run. Like I said, only didn't walk anyone. And just overall, an excellent performance from a Brave starter whom we really needed to see come out and perform because these last 4 or 5 games, Brave starters have really put the offense in a hole and they really haven't been in a position to get anything going offensively. So I got to give it to Brian Eichhorn.
I'll be quick because it's cold. Zach Moore, very good job.
Solid. Simply put, that's how Justin rolls. Well, thanks guys for tuning in to Tomahawk Talk. Make sure to tune in tomorrow as your Bourne Braves take on the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox once again, this time away. And the donut burgers will be on display for us in Tomahawk Talk, quote unquote, from Kyle. So I guess we have to try them, Justin, as part of our stay here in the Cape. But thanks again for joining us here on Tomahawk Talk. We'll see you guys tomorrow.